Welcome, friends. Welcome to another Sunday morning in our old cookbook show. Today we're going to do another recipe out of the Walsh County cookbook, published in 1936, and this is from Walsh County, Grafton, North Dakota. And today we're going to do a sour cream raisin cake. I really like sour cream cakes. They get all of their fat from the sour cream, and they're usually really moist and have a nice texture. So I've already separated an egg. I've got the egg whites here and the egg yolks there. It calls for the egg whites to be stiffly beaten, so I'm going to do that first. Okay, looks good. So I'm just going to set those aside while I move on. Next it says to mix the sugar with the egg yolks and the sour cream. So I've got the sour cream in the fridge. And the deal is, since the sour cream is such a huge component of this cake, I would say make sure you get a really good quality sour cream if you can. I'm a little bit biased when it comes to sour cream, but I truly do believe that sour cream should only have two ingredients, and that's cream and bacteria. You know, I don't know, maybe that's just me, but when I start to see thickening agents and fillers and all of those other things in the sour cream, it just makes me feel like someone's making a lot of money and not giving me what I want or what I need. So if you can, use a really good one. But I understand that it's not always possible to get a really good one. So do the best you can, and we just mix this in. So this is a bit of a weird one. It says to mix the salt and the baking soda and the spices into the wet and then add the dry, which is kind of odd because it's not something that you often see with a cake. So we'll grate in a little bit of nutmeg and put in the vanilla, and then we'll give this a stir. Okay, now we mix in the flour. I presume a little bit at a time, but it doesn't say. Okay, now chopped raisins. I just ran these through the food processor. I suppose I was supposed to do it with two knives or a knife. Who's got time for that? Just run it through the food processor. Mix that in, and then we fold in the stiffly beaten egg whites. Now, I've learned from a pastry chef that one of the mistakes that people often make is they overbeat their egg whites, making them too stiff to fold in effectively. And I feel that it's a mistake that I make every time, because I think to myself, oh, it's got to be stiffly, and I just make it over stiff. So we're going to do our best, and we're going to try to fold it in. But it is a very stiff batter, and I don't know how effective this folding action will be. As per usual, there's absolutely nothing about baking it. So I've got a 9x9, I've got a parchment sling in it just to make it easier to get it out. I've got the oven preheated to 350, and I'm just going to keep a close watch on it so that I don't overbake it.
Right. A wee taste of cake.
This is a sour cream raisin cake.
Oh, very good.
Not too different than the sour cream chocolate chip cake that we got from your aunt.
Oh, I love that cake.
Yeah, sour cream usually brings something really nice to
Yeah,
a cake.
super moist.
Yeah.
So that's this one here.
Mm-hmm.
You grind the raisins?
Yeah, I ground the raisins.
That doesn't sound easy.
No. So I put them in a food processor. but they're super sticky. And so it was
Became
really,
a big clump of paste.
yeah, it was really messy. It was difficult. So I didn't grind them as fine as I could have because I didn't want them to turn into just mush.
It's a nice cake, though.
Bit of spice.
A little cinnamony.
So the sour cream really brings something to it. I mean, you could play around with the fruit in this. Chocolate chips.
I was going to say, you make it like
Yeah.
my aunt's.
So you could leave the raisins out, sprinkle chocolate chips over the top, and then sprinkle some sugar,
Sugar on top?
of that, and then stick it in the oven.
It'd be a lot more like the
Yeah.
recipe that we have
Yeah.
already.
So this is a
Which
really,
evil.
it is
Because
evil.
you just keep eating it and eating it. And I imagine this, I can see how you would do the same for this. It's quite lovely.
Yeah, it is quite nice. So this recipe is definitely a winner. Give it a try. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.